Welcome everyone to Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, Scenario 3 in the Walls. If you've watched the previous playthroughs, you can skip to the 53-second mark. Otherwise, let me catch up on the story. We were on our way to go see Hale, a mystical Esther, who had taken up residence at the Crooked Bone. When we crossed through the threshold, we were shrunk down to the size of a mouse, and immediately confronted by two bandits that wanted our unused gear. Well, our gear's no longer unused, and neither of those bandits are still breathing. However, in the mayhem of the fight, we ended up outside the Crooked Bone, and the door's now closed. We met a new acquaintance who's willing to help us get back inside so we can speak to Hale. She said we can get back into the window of the Crooked Bone by ziplining from a derelict tavern across the way called the Grumbling Garrowlet, which was guarded by a couple of miscreants we had to dispose of, bringing us to Scenario 3, in the Walls.
Unlike the rest of us, King Button hasn't been shrunk.
The collector leads you to a small crack in the wall that is not nearly as small as you.
He's the smallest imp you'll ever see, but in this place, he's still a giant. Spent all his life being the runt, but now he gets to be the big man, and it's all gone to his uh-oh.
A squeaking rises as a host of mice scurries towards you.
This place is really fallen to disrepair.
Okay, let's get Scenario 3 in the Walls set up. But first, let's take notice that up in the upper right-hand corner, it says Level 2 on the scenario card. So we will get to play our first game as a Level 2 Silent Knife. We start with 12 health now. We also get to upgrade one of our Level 1 cards to a Level 2 card. I'm going to upgrade Smoke Bomb to Long Con, and you'll see that shortly during gameplay. And the last thing to get leveled up is your attack modifier tray. Alright, let's take a look at the map. We have 3 mice. We have green, blue, and purple. There are quite a few obstacles on this map, represented by the hexes with the green border. There's also the red hazard hexes, that you'll suffer the consequences if you walk through those or end your turn on them. These will both give you 1 point of damage each and poison. And we have a new terrain type. The purple hex is a difficult terrain. It will cost 2 points of movement to move into it. Let's put our mini on the map, and we are ready to go. Let's get tableside. And here we are. And let's take a look at the 2 items we brought. We brought the Venomous Fang along again. So during our melee attack, we can add poison to it. And we brought the Old Spring this time. During our turn, we can add jump to all our movement. What jump allows you to do is hop over the obstacles you can't go through or land on. But what the jump allows us to hop over them. So if you had 2 points of movement, we go 1, 2. It could also let us jump over the enemies. You still can't land on the obstacles. You still can't land on the enemies, but you're allowed to hop over them. That might come in handy because you can see inside the walls here, there's quite a few obstacles, and we might need to hop around for something. Who knows? We'll find out as we play. So let's get this started. They start there. They all have 9 health, and there's a new symbol here. It's retaliate. That means every time I attack one of them, they automatically retaliate and do 1 damage back. The exception to that is if my attack kills them, then they don't retaliate. So I love my Quick Reflexes card to immediately move me. But what I think here is, look how fast these rats go. 6, 19, and then their slow one is 46. They're either going to move 2 or 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to let them attack first. I think I'm going to use my 64 initiative on this one. And use my Thief Snack Bottom and see if I can get 2 attacks in and do some heavy damage to the first one right off the bat. So let's see what they're going to do. I have my 2 cards picked out. I'm going with the 64 initiative. They are going at a 6. Look how fast they are. Move 2, attack 1, and they're going to add an extra retaliate. So let's go in order. 1, 2. He's not going to get to me to do his attack 1. If he was, he would be able to wound me. That's what that symbol is there. When they attack, they wound. And what that will do is they'll give you a wound token, and at the beginning of each of your turns, you'll take 1 point of damage until that wound goes away with a heal. This one's going to move 2. It'll move 1, 2. It costs 2 movement points to move into the difficult terrain. And the purple one will go 1, 2. They do have the extra retaliate, so he'll be retaliating for 2. Their turn's over, it's my turn, and I'm going to use that quick reflex as the top to move 2. 1, sure, let's move into the corner over here. Now let's do the attack. Let's see what we get. 0. So we did 3 points of damage to number 1. That brings him down to 6. He retaliates 2, and that brings us from 12 down to 10. Now, we'll use this. This flips over to our special mixture. And we're going to use the bottom half of this one for an attack 3 again. Let's move this down. This is the trickiest part of this game, is remembering to move these down. Oh. Well, we didn't miss. That's good. It's a change modifier card. We no longer have a -2 over here, and this is no longer a negative. It is a 0 instead of a minus. Right here, we have a add poison to our attack, which is nice. So we just did a 3 again to the green one. He's down to 3, but he retaliates for 2 and brings us to 8. So we just attacked twice, and we're down 33% of our health. Let's see. Let's flip this over. That goes back into our play area. Round over. Okay, it is round 2. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this. I want to attack this green rat first. Let me use the attack 3 with my venom shiv here, and it's going to poison him. Now, it should kill him. I can get a -1. He does have 3 health. It is what it is. And then I'm going to use my long con to move forward, and I can control an adjacent enemy. This is the new card I have, and this is a cool little move. Look how fast I go. 2. So I can even beat their 6. I'm going to move forward. I get to control one adjacent enemy, move them 2, and then that enemy's going to gain disarm, which means cannot attack and remove it at the end of the next turn. So if he's alive, he won't be able to attack me. And right now, there's no way, actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no way for either of the other 2 guys to get me. So let's go with that. My initiative is going to be the 2. Let's roll to see what they have. They got a -, so they're going at 6 again. They're going fast. They're moving 2, attacking 1, and they're gaining the extra retaliate, which is nice because I'm going to beat that and not have to worry about that. Let's do the attack 3 on green. I already moved this. And let me get this right underneath here. An O, which is good, because that does 3 points of damage exactly, and that'll actually take him out. That's better than the worst case scenario. Let's remember to move this now. And that's on the A side. It'll flip to the B side. Now we can use the bottom action here to move 4, and we'll run up 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay out of distance to the purple. Move him 2. We'll move him 1, 2 up into that hazardous terrain there, where he'll take a point of damage. And he will become poisoned, meaning all my attacks from him for the rest of the scenario will be at +1 attack, which is excellent. He's also disarmed, so he does not get to attack. Very nice. Very, very nice. That was a really good round. Let's flip this over to the B side, bring it back to our hand. It is now Blue's turn. He's going to move 2. 1, 2. He's going to attack 1 and get his retaliate up, and he would have wounded me, but because he's disarmed, he doesn't get to attack. Now that's going to go away. Oh, you know what? That is not true. Let me just grab the reference card here. Stays until the end of the next turn. So not only is he disarmed for this turn, he's disarmed for next turn as well. That's a fantastic card. That's the end of Blue's turn. It is now Purple's turn. He's going to move 2. And, well, that is the end of the round. All right, it is round 3. I would like to use the single out top action card to attack the blue one, and then I'm going to use the bottom of backstab. Now for the single out, I can make it an attack 5. He's poisoned, it'll be an attack 6, and on the modifier tray, there is a possibility to get a +2 if I roll the plus on the die. That'll make it 8, now get to take him out. I'm going with initiative 11. Let's see what they get. All right, let me just move the health tracker here, and I'm going to move it off to the side there. Let's roll, and an O. They have an initiative 19, and they're moving 3 and attacking 2. So I'm going to go ahead and use the dark element to make this an attack 5. Let's just go ahead and cover that up. The show has been used, and let's roll. Minus. That is the opposite of what we needed. Okay, so we had a 5 attack plus the poison 6, -1, 5 damage to him, -8. He's going to go down to 3 health. Now, oops, we lost a token there. And let's just put the, oh my goodness, I am a mess. Alright, he is still disarmed. He's still poisoned. And let's just move Purple back where he belongs. Alright. Sorry. Alright, let's take the single out card. It's on the B side. We've used it. It now goes to our discard pile. And let's take the bottom action on backstab. Move 4, retaliate 1. And I think we're just going to move 2 here and get into this little crevice here. It doesn't look like we're going to get to use our retaliate 1 here. We're going to keep it up in the active area. And they have a move 3, attack 2. Blue is disarmed. He's going to move 1, 2 as close as he can to me. Not going to be able to attack. And then Purple's going to... See, there's an empty space right here, so he actually has a path to get to me. Even though he can't reach me, he does have a path, so he's not going to go ahead and go through that trap to attack. He's just going to stay right there. Now, if that spot right below Blue, like to the southwest, was another obstacle, then Purple would go into the trap to make that attack, because there would be no other path. And that is the end of the round. Let's go ahead and put this back in our discard pile, and let's move on to round 4. All right, let's remove that disarm from Blue. He can now attack, and we have our last 2 cards. Let's go ahead and throw them up. We're going to use the 38 initiative. I just put the, whatever initiative I'm using, I put on the left-hand side there. I still have my ability to jump and add poison. But I don't think we're going to do that. Let's see what they're doing. We're going to 38 initiative. They are going before us, so this could be a painful round. Move 2, attack 1, retaliate. They're attacking 1, and they're going to wound me. So Blue, move 2. He's not going to move because he can attack. He's going to attack 1. So they're like our first attack. And Blue, he doesn't get to attack. He does 0 damage, but he still wounds me. At the start of my turn, I'm going to lose 1 health because I'm wounded. That's what health does, or that's what wound does. Now, he does have a retaliate, an extra retaliate, so any attacks will retaliate too, unless I kill them. Then they don't retaliate. Purple's going to jump over 1, 2, and use that path that he had, and he's going to do an attack 1. Now, I'm already wounded. He can't re-wound me. A minus. I got lucky there. 0 points of damage. I'm still wounded. He doesn't do any extra wound damage. And that's the end of their turn. It is my turn. And I'm wondering if I should now maybe use my heal to get rid of that wound or not. But the wound's going to take me down to 7. Now might be the perfect time to use that old spring. Let's do it. Let's use the old spring and jump. We're going to jump 3. 1, 2. We'll jump over here, kind of protect ourselves a little bit. And we have range 3. So we use this. This goes to our discard pile. Now we have this new card, Serrated Arrows. And this card gives us the fire element, which at this point in time it's not something we can use on any of our other cards. It's an attack 3. There's a target of 2. I can target 2 different enemies at a range of 3, and it's going to wound. And that's fantastic. And the great thing about this round is they have Retaliate, and I'm going to be shooting them from a ranged distance, which means that Retaliate is going to miss. So let's attack blue here. And we got a plus. So that's more than enough to take him out. Let's remove him from the board. It was an attack 3. He was poisoned for 4, plus the 1 was a total damage of 5. He only had 3 health left. And that leaves us one-on-one with the purple mouse. Now, he has full 9 health. And we do have the chance of getting a double this round if we roll the plus. He has the Retaliate, but because we are ranged, the Retaliate is not going to hit. It's only for melee attacks. Now let's go ahead and adjust this and see if we can get this times 2. Alright, come on, plus. Oh. Alright, so we're going to do 3 points of damage to him. Let's drop him down to 6 health. But we are going to wound him. At the beginning of each of his turns, he's going to lose 1 health. So we are looking pretty good here. And let's just go ahead and bring this card back to our discard pile, and that is the end of the round. Alright, so we got decisions to make. You know what? We could long rest and choose. Maybe I should do that to let you see. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and take a long rest turn where, let's keep these there. I'm going to long rest, which means I'm going at a 99 initiative. The mouse is going to go at a 6. He's going to move 2, attack 1. 1, he has a pass, so he's not going to move through that trap. 2, attack 1, he's going to put the extra Retaliate up, and that is the end of that round. Now, because I long rested, a couple things. One is I heal 2 health points. So I'll go from 7 back up to 9, and heal does take away wound. So we'll lose our wound status, and we get to reset or refresh our old spring. We can use this again now. That refreshes with a long rest. And we get to choose which card we lose that goes into our lost pile. So, don't want to lose our... And there's our single out card. That's on Thief's Snack, the long con. It's going to be either Quick Reflexes or Venom Shiv. It's hard to give up. I think we're going to lose Venom Shiv. Yes, we will lose Venom Shiv. Now, let's... 1, 2, 3. He's 3 away from us. But there is that difficult terrain we could move to, so we could do it Quick Reflexes and attack him. I could actually disarm him and prevent him from doing any damage the rest of the way. But we're not going to do that. Let's go all out. We're going to use the 23 initiative on Thief Snack, and let's just see what he does. A minus, so he's going to beat us. He's going first. Now he will go into the difficult terrain to get his attack off. 2, he's going to attack 1, and he's going to wound us. He does have the chance of missing. He'd still wound us, though. A minus. Wow. So he missed, but he does wound us at the beginning of our turn. We will take a point of damage. And he gets the extra Retaliate. So every attack that doesn't kill him, we're going to take 2 damage. It is now our turn. We're wounded. We're going to take 1 point of damage. We're okay with that. Let's do the bottom of Thief Snack for an attack 3. And we are back at the top here. a minus. Ooh, benefited here. So that's still on attack 3. 3 points of damage. On his turn, he was supposed to take a wound. Now he takes 3 points of damage. Down to 2. He retaliates against us. We're wounded, first off. He retaliates, and we're down to 5. Now, we have the chance of missing. This card's gone, flips over to the B. We can move 2. 1, 2. Sure, why not? And do an attack 3. He's got 2 health left. Plus 4 damage. Purple is eliminated, and we have beaten the scenario. End the game. You emerge from the crack on the other side of the wall to find a crowd has gathered to investigate the sounds. At the front is a very large, or very small, depending on perspective, imp carried on a button throne.
Capture the intruders!
King Button roars. Play Scenario 5, Button's Arena. And we've unlocked 2 more items that we can bring along with us on future adventures. We have the Spring Hammer. During your melee attack, add push 2, so that could come in handy and you can refresh it. And the other is the Button Shield. During an enemy's attack, gain shield 1. That is also a refresh item. And that'll do it for Scenario 3 in the walls, and for our playthroughs of Buttons and Bugs. If anybody would like me to continue, please leave a comment and let me know. Until next time.